Hello friends, in this video we're going to be going over the brain anatomy. As always, let's get oriented to what we are looking at. Over here we have the anterior portion, so that's towards our forehead, and then the posterior portion, which is towards the back of our head. This is the brain split right down the center between the left and right hemispheres. Let's start off in the very middle right here. So this is the intermediate mass. This helps with homeostasis. Surrounding the intermediate mass here, we have the thalamus. The thalamus encloses the third ventricle, and its job is to be the bridge between sensory info to the cerebral cortex. So it tells the cerebral cortex about the sensory information. Next we have the hypothalamus, which is this area right here. The hypothalamus is the bridge between the nervous system and the hormone system, so the endocrine system. The hypothalamus here will secrete hormones that will travel down the infundibulum, which is here. It connects the two to the pituitary gland here. The pituitary gland is part of the endocrine system. It secretes hormones. While we are in this part of the brain, right here is the optic chiasm. That's where the two optic nerves cross. Next, let's go to the choroid plexus, which is right here. This pink little worm-like thing here. The choroid plexus is in charge of making cerebrospinal fluid, so CSF. On most models, the choroid plexus I have noticed is like a pinkish color. Here we have the fornix, as you see. Then we have the septum pellucidum here, as you can see there. And then we have the corpus callosum here. The corpus callosum is what connects the left and the right sides of the brain. It's so they can communicate to each other. Here we have the pineal gland. The pineal gland is most well known for secreting melatonin, which helps with our sleep-wake cycles. Below the pineal gland here, we have the corpora quadridramina. Next here, this little slit is called the cerebral aqueduct. It leads into the fourth ventricle here. Next down here we have the central canal. This contains blood vessels and nerves. Here we have the medulla oblongata right in this section here. It helps with heart rate. It helps with respiratory rate, helps control blood vessels and swallowing. Up here, this little circle here is called the pons. The pons also has similar functions to the medulla oblongata. The pons helps with sleep, the respiration, swallowing, bladder control, equilibrium, and also some expressions. Right up here in this little corner, this tiny little thing here is the mammillary body. Now let's jump over towards the back of the brain. Here's the cerebellum, and inside it, these white things, these white branches, are the arbor vitae. The cerebellum is in charge of coordination, posture, and balance. I like to think of like I like to think of ballerina. Ballerinas have very good balance and posture. That is it for this video. If you haven't watched the cranial nerves or the lobes of the brain with the different functions, I highly suggest you go take a look at those. I'll leave them in the description down below. Also, leave any comments that you have or any questions that you have, and I'll try to get back to you in the comment section. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.